Joining us now here at SEC Media Days, quarterback of the LSU Tigers, Jayden Daniels. Jayden, how we doing, man?
I'm doing great, bro. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing better now. I was telling you before we got on air here, you're making a real strong push here for Best Dressed.
Hey, hopefully
you show the people the bracelet with the chain.
Yeah,
I mean,
a little something.
You got my vote. You got my vote. First team all Best Dressed.
We need to get that category going.
We can get it going over here.
Come on, let's get it going.
I feel pretty good about our chances of getting that going. I want to talk about this, though. Obviously, transfer from ASU to LSU. How much more comfortable are you last year compared to this year?
Night and day.
Yeah.
Really just going out there and knowing what Coach Kelly wants and how he views the team. And obviously I got his vote on being the leader of the team. So that makes it that much more sweeter, knowing that I still got to go out there and still prove myself each and every day. But he knows that I'm the guy that could lead this team and really try to take the team to new heights.
And it sounds like one of those things that y'all are trying to do to take LSU to new heights, offensively at least, is some explosivity downfield. Yeah. What are those conversations like within that offensive meeting room for you, trying to push the ball downfield more? I
mean, it's just very transparent. When we have our shots, let's take them. I mean, it is what it is. We got special athletes out there on the outside. Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Kyron Lacey. So when they get one-on-one shots, obviously you give them a chance to go make a play, and 9 times out of 10 they'll make the play.
Is that tough as a quarterback, though? Because I'm thinking, like, okay, I don't want to give the ball to the other team.
Yeah.
But I want my guy to go make a play. Like, how do you get to that state of mind as a quarterback?
Just be aggressive. Obviously, you want to score. As a quarterback, you got to be in that aggressive mindset. That's one thing Coach Kelly talked about, is just being aggressive. Don't be smart, but if you throw the ball down the field and the DB makes a great play, I mean, it is what it is, which you can't live with that. But what you can't live with is holding on to the ball, taking sacks, stuff like that. And obviously, I know the talent that we have at receiver, and I know that they'll go make a play no matter what. If I just put the ball in the area for them to go make a play, they'll go make the play.
You talk about being aggressive. Your head coach was aggressive against Alabama.
Yeah.
He says, let's go for 2, want to win the ball game. What did that do for y'all's confidence, beating Alabama your first year and Brian Kelly's first year?
It did a lot. Obviously, it's a big-time game. Knowing what Coach Saban does over there and the standard that he has over there at Alabama and what he done in his tenure there. Obviously, a quarterback they had with Bryce Young last year. Obviously, great player, great person, #1 pick for a reason. It did a lot going out there and be able to beat Alabama, what people considered them to have a down year, even though they were still very highly competitive, one spot away from the playoffs, which is pretty crazy. But what they do over there is phenomenal. So be able to go out there and beat them, not for just us, but for the state of Louisiana, and beat them at home for the first time in a while meant a lot.
That's life in the SEC, right? You got Saban, you got Brian Kelly, yourself, Bryce Young last year. Like, just every single week it's a gauntlet. But week 1, you got Florida State.
Yeah.
And that one sounds like it's been circled. Like, the back and forth on Twitter, just from the fan bases, has been like a rivalry in itself. Do y'all have that one circled based on what happened last year? A little bit of extra edge for y'all in that game this year?
I would say we have it circled because it's week 1, but there's a little extra edge to it.
Yeah.
Knowing how that game ended, and we had that bad taste in our mouth from that game and from that team. Obviously, rightfully so, it's 2 historic programs. What Florida State has done and what LSU has done. Obviously, we're coming back to that top of the light of college football. Rightfully so, that people should be looking at us like that. But I'm excited to go out there and play such a great team in Florida State. Obviously, they got a lot coming back. They added a whole bunch of new players to come back. Jordan Travis is back, a great quarterback at what he does. I respect his game a lot. So just go out there and be able to just compete against him for another year, for a 3rd time actually. The series against me and him is 1-1. I beat him 1 time, he beat me 1 time. So now we got to break the tie. We got to break the tiebreaker.
I'm looking forward to it, man. Well, hey, last question for you. It's kind of list season right now. A lot of talking going on before we hit the field. A lot of people are putting out there like best quarterbacks in the SEC power rankings. I got to ask you, man, for your list, are you the best quarterback in the SEC?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I don't look at myself like that. There's a lot of great other quarterbacks in the SEC. KJ Jefferson, Devin Leary, Joe Milton, Jackson Dart, and the list goes on with those guys and what they do. So I'm excited to see what those other guys do. I'm excited to compete against them.
Good deal. SEC Media Day is for a reason. They brought him for a reason now. Jayden Daniels, media trainer. Appreciate you, brother. Best
Man,
luck this season.
appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.